What's up, fabulous people? My name is Kia Tatiana. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and you just want to know a little bit about how my first trimester went, what's up? Join the family. I don't bite. It's fun over here. It's lit over here. You may want to join the tribe. I'm just saying. What's up? What's up? How you doing? I'm not gonna make this video too long today. I am so excited to be filming this video. I feel like I have not been able to really speak much as far as how pregnancy is going. I am just like so overjoyed. I stated in my last video how well pregnancy is going for me, how just I'm in this place of just thanksgiving, just thanking the Lord just for this opportunity to be able to carry a child. Yeah, I'm just like so overjoyed. So anyways, I'm here today to give you a first trimester recap. So I know that everybody has a little bit of speculations, a little bit of how first trimester usually is. I mean, there's a lot of connotations towards first trimester for certain women, and I just want to share my experiences and just kind of give you guys an overview of how the last few months of my life has gone carrying a child. So I'm not gonna take too long to get started. If you're interested in this type of content, then don't be afraid to hit the like button, join the tribe. I mean, I said that already, but I really want you to be in this tribe, just like the video. All right, we got that over with. So let's talk about it. I have the notes in my phone here, and I also have it separated by weeks. So I'm just going to be going over from week 5 when I found out all the way up until week 12. I also know that everybody kind of have their idea when second trimester starts. To me, 12 weeks is one trimester. I mean, it don't really matter, right? We're already here. Let me get backtrack to week 5. So week 5 is when I found out I was about, I think it was 4 weeks and 6 days when 4 weeks and 6 days when I found out, and then the next day was going to be 5 weeks. So I kind of just say 5 weeks because I was on the last day of 4 weeks when I did find out. And I wanted to share a little bit about how week 5 went for me. Okay, so first and foremost, right when I found out, I had cold-like symptoms, and my midwife have told me that that is pretty normal for a lot of women. I had very like sore muscles, achy muscles. I didn't have like sore throats or anything like that. It was just more of like a stuffy nose. I didn't have a cough. It was just so weird to me. I felt like I had a cold, but I didn't have a cold at the same time. I also had very bad cramping. So I did not know that pregnancy came with cramping. I didn't know how similar symptoms were for pregnancy and period symptoms. I always have pretty bad cramps for the most part, and I did not know that that's what pregnancy cramps will feel like, at least in this time period. So it was very, very bad cramping. It felt like I constantly was about to come on my cycle, and I wasn't. There was no spotting. At least I didn't have any spotting. And then my chest was very, very sore to the touch. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do this. I couldn't really feel them. It was just so sore. And that's kind of when I kind of raised a flag around that time, because that was 4 weeks 6 days and 4 weeks 5 days, and prior to those 2 days. So I was just kind of confused on why I'm exactly feeling this type of way. My normal, like how it's usually in for me when I'm on my cycle, I never have really sore chest. I don't know which words is like I could use on YouTube, but my chest is never really sore. So that was a thing. And then also I had slight dizziness. I remember just constantly just shaking up, and I couldn't stand up too fast, couldn't sit down too fast, couldn't do anything too fast. I was just completely dizzy. So that was week 5. Let's go into week 6. So week 6 started the extreme hunger. So when I told y'all I felt like a bottomless pit, nothing would fill me up. I remember we went to Chipotle. I was so excited. You know, it was my first 2 weeks of being pregnant. I was so excited, but I realized that nothing I ate filled me up. So my husband took me over to Chipotle, right? Just give you all a little backstory. He took me over to Chipotle. We got my Chipotle. I ordered a burrito, and I wanted them to stuff that burrito like crazy. Okay, I wanted them to stuff the burrito like crazy. So anyways, they did. The burrito was so packed. I kind of want to show y'all. It was like this thick. This, like the size of my face. This is my face. This is how thick the burrito was. I kid you not. They couldn't close it. Y'all, I ate the burrito, right? I ate it literally in probably less than 10 minutes. Then my stomach starts growling again. Like I'm starving all over again, as if I didn't eat anything. And that's when I realized, wait, nothing is filling me up. I would have like 3 different things for breakfast, 3 different lunches, 3 different dinners. Nothing was filling me up. It was a little bit aggravating, just being that it was hard to control my eating, and it was hard to control what I wanted to consume, because I couldn't just eat extremely healthy foods, to be honest. Me and my friend was talking about that. And it was like, it was really hard to just eat salads and eat vegetables and protein and a side of rice, those type of things. I'm sorry if you hear that noise. That's my dog, Luca. He's over there doing his thing. So it was hard for me to do anything because nothing filled me up. So I couldn't really be as healthy as I would have liked. I'm still not there. So I'm just saying. Then I explained that it felt like a bottomless pit. I also still had mild cramping, and then I had extreme tender chest. So it went from just like tender to the touch to now like tender everywhere, standing up, sitting down. Like, even if I wasn't touching it, it was hurting. And then I had extreme fatigue / tiredness. This is when it kicked in around week 6, like the end of week 6. I was so tired. Around this time started the tiredness. I had to take several naps a day. I just couldn't stay up for too long. It was hard to do anything or accomplish anything being that tired. So week 7, the strong hunger went away. So it lasted a week. It came for a week, lasted a week. It went away, completely away for a little bit. And then I discovered the mild cramping was actually gas. Y'all, I did not know. So how my doctor kind of described it was, gas when you're pregnant is way different from gas when you're not. So in essence, I just had to go number 2. But the signals in my body, I don't know. It was just causing me to like feel cramping when all I had to do was just go to the toilet. So I'm gonna just leave that there. And then aside from that, the gas, then it turned into sore nipples. Couldn't, like, the shower water hitting my nipples, it was just too much. And then the fatigue still stayed. Then so that was week 7. So week 8 comes around, right? Week 8 is when you're 2 months and things are pretty much at like just at a slope where, I mean, that's not the word, things are just at just this flat place of where this is just where it's going to be for the next few weeks, right? So week 8 started. My sore nipples turned into cracked nipples. Specifically my left nipple, it started cracking all around it. I was seeing the skin fall off of it, and I was kind of confused. Like I was constantly just trying to figure out like what exactly is going on. So now I know that there are some moms out here like that's been pregnant several times, and you're like, well, that's just, you know, that's just a common thing to happen. This is my first pregnancy, and I had no idea that my nipples would be cracking prior to having a baby, right? I always hear that when you have the baby, that's when things are starting to change with your body. I didn't think that that would really necessarily happen this early on in pregnancy at that. So then After that, the cramping turned into mild cramping. It wasn't that severe as it was before, but I still had it. And then this was the week when I also saw some, this is a little bit TMI, but it was a couple days, I think it was like just like 2 days of this, but it was just like a pigmented color, like a brownish, I'm assuming it was spotting, for about 2 days, and it made me freak out. Okay, I freaked out. I'll just say that. I didn't know what exactly this was. Again, I didn't truly like understand too much when it came to like what your body's going through. Turned out it was just implantation bleeding, so there was that. But that was only for 2 days during week 8, and then it came during that time. I haven't had it since. So then week 9 comes around, and I'm like, yay, things are looking up because we're almost at like the double-digit weeks. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm counting down the days. Week 9 comes around, and then my boobs turn into very heavy balloon machines. I mean, to this day, they still feel like that, but this is when it became such heavy bricks, okay, to carry. I'm just gonna say that. My nipples were very sensitive still. That didn't change. And then the headaches started to happen, right? So I started having more dizzy spells, more headache spells. I remember specifically this week, I had to sit down all day, every day. I had to take a nap because my headaches were just like so bad. It was excruciating. But it was not all day thing. So everything that I'm mentioning as far as when it came to like headaches, I would have the headaches for about like maybe 10 minutes, then it would go completely away for about an hour and a half, then it would come right back. I mean, that's just kind of just what it was. And then I was still very gassy, and then I started to have my first craving, which was a bagel with cream cheese. And then also during week 9, I started having very extreme hunger at late nights. So around 11 o'clock p.m. I will begin to get very hungry, and then I'll have to make something to eat at that time because then I wouldn't be able to sleep. And then I started having slight nausea. I didn't really have morning sickness or anything, but I would get nauseous when I didn't eat. I don't know if I shared this, but during this first 5 to 9 weeks, if I didn't eat right when I was hungry, I would feel nauseous. So if I didn't eat immediately, I had probably about 2 minutes to get something in my stomach, otherwise I'm gonna feel sick. So around this time, around 11 p.m., most times I'm about to go to bed, or I'm in bed, I'm trying to fall asleep, and then I can't, so I get sick, and then this whole pattern happens. I gotta get up to make food. That takes a long time. So there was that. So I started to have some snacks on hand to just accommodate me, especially for nighttime. So week 10 comes around, still have light cramps. The light cramps, tender nipples still, fatigue still. Then I started being on the toilet a lot for like maybe like a week straight. This entire week of week 10, I was on the toilet a lot. And then this is when the frequent urination began. I had no idea this was a thing as well, but I was literally on the toilet on the clock like every 30 minutes. In the middle of the night, I probably, say if I went to sleep around 11 p.m. or 12 midnight, and I wake up like around 8, I will probably go to the bathroom at least 8 times, sometimes more. Okay, sometimes more. So this is when it started, and I had no idea this was a thing, y'all. No idea it was a thing. Then I was still very sleepy all the time. And then the end of week 10, I started to have left leg calf pain. So I didn't know, like, my legs were beginning to carry the weight from my uterus, and that caused pain in my legs. See, all these things are just new to me, and it was not fun just in that moment of how bad my leg was hurting. So then week 11 comes around, y'all, and then the light cramps went away. Then turns out I started having severe sciatica pain. Okay, so I've had sciatica pain prior to being pregnant. I was a ballet dancer for pretty much 16-17 years of my life. I stopped dancing when I was 19. I am about to be 26, and because of that, I didn't know that when you dance as ballet, your body has to be trained out of that sport, if you want to call it a sport. And I wasn't, because I didn't know. And the reason and the purpose of that is because there's a lot of hyperextension. Your spine is being compromised a lot in the art of ballet. Not compromised to the point where like you're putting yourself in a position to have injuries, but your body is prone to injuries in a sport as ballet. Your feet, your back. I mean, if you are a ballet dancer, you probably know for yourself, but I had no idea that my body needed to be trained out of the hyperextension and the way that my body used to move at a time that I'm no longer using in this time. So I had this prior to pregnancy. I graduated high school in 2015. So from 2015 all the way up until now, 2022, I've had sciatica pain. But I've been seeing chiropractors here and there, physical therapists here and there, but never consistent enough to train my body out until now, where I have to, otherwise I would be on bed rest. So say that to say, the sciatica pain came crazy. So it was hurting and it was bad prior to pregnancy. With pregnancy, the sciatica pain is literally times 20. I want to almost say times 50. It's not fun. It's not a fun experience at all. Sciatica pain, I'll kind of like leave like a diagram of like a picture of what it looks like. But your sciatica nerve puts pressure down through your butt all the way down to your leg. It hits at any random moment. Sometimes it's both sides of my body, not just one left side or not one right side. So that increased. Then I started to have a little bit of chest pain, and I didn't know if it was heartburn or not. Turned out I just slept wrong. And then the frequent urination increased still, and it just kept getting higher and higher. Week 12 came, and that was the same thing. I started to have hip pain and like a cramping around, I'm gonna show y'all. I started to have a cramping around like this area, and it turned out that that cramping around that area is actually round ligament pain, and that's when it started. And where I am now in pregnancy, still experiencing that. Apparently a lot of women experience that all the way to the end of the pregnancy, but we're praying that that's not the case for me. And then the frequent urination continued in week 12, and that is my first trimester update. I'm gonna give you guys like a bump date now. This is what I look like now. I'm in the second trimester. I haven't shared the week that I'm at. I'm kind of just like keeping that part private. This is what I look like now. This is a maternity shirt, and you can see my belly is like poking out of it. This is what I look like. I still don't know the gender of my baby, but I took a test. I believe it was like week 11 or week 12. I took a blood test to find out the gender of the baby, but it's been a while and those results have not came back yet. So at this moment I don't know. However, I have been shopping for my baby. Some people may say it's too soon to do anything, but it's not too soon for me. Okay, I'm a planner, I'm a preparer. We're getting the nursery room together. Today we're actually gonna go pick up this changing table slash dresser that I found on Facebook Marketplace for $25, which is cool because we're gonna do it as a DIY project and paint it and do some fun stuff to it. So that's something that we've been like organizing. I forgot to include in some of those in first trimester, I started to be out of breath a lot. It's still here and it's still on and off from time to time, but I just wanted to say that's a thing. But overall, that's my first trimester update. Let me know, any mamas, in the comments if you can relate to anything that I shared today. I'm so excited to be a mom. I already feel like a mom because whenever I go to stores, I want to shop for my baby. I'm a shopper, okay? I love to shop. I love to buy stuff. And when I go to stores, I don't really want to think about anything for me. I'm just trying to figure out, what does my baby need? I want to be prepared for when my baby comes. I want to be ahead and preparing for that time. We've been finalizing things for our baby shower. We're sending out invitations. We started sending out invitations actually. It is such an exciting time of our lives. I'm so excited to have you guys come along this journey. I feel like I've been on this YouTube stuff for such a long time, and many of you guys seen from me being this little reckless little teenage girl to, like, you know, just figuring out life, moving out on my own, moving to a different state, now I'm married, that type of stuff. And I'm so appreciative to have you guys on this journey. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think the gender of the baby is? In the next video, God's willing, will be the gender reveal, so stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments what you think the baby is. I'm so excited to just bring y'all along on this thing, okay? I'm really excited for that. But yeah, that's the end of today's video.